Hey, welcome back to the Big Ranch Show. As always, thank you for joining me. If you could, hit that subscribe button down below and let's get right to it. Yesterday, tragedy was averted in Dallas, Texas at a federal building. A masked gunman decided he would start firing rounds into a federal building. Federal officials returned fire, killing him in a parking lot. You can see in the video how he runs up there and starts trying to shoot into the building. And he ends up being shot dead. What happens is he goes in there firing his weapon, trying to enter the building, I'm assuming, and they return fire, at which point he turns and runs, and then starts hobbling, and then is down in the parking lot. According to officials, he died right there in the parking lot. And that's what's going to happen when people fire at a federal official or law enforcement in general. I commend the federal agents that were there that protected that building and everybody else that was there protecting that building and preventing this guy from being able to get in and wreak havoc that he could have done. The damage he could have done if he had been able to enter that building with that weapon and all the magazines. They said over 150 rounds were available to him on his person. Multiple magazines of 30 rounds or more. The man could have completely wrecked the lives of lots of people. Luckily, nobody was seriously injured except for the shooter. So I thank those people that were there defending that building and made sure everybody got to go home safe. And I'm glad that even though they risked their lives dealing with an active shooter situation, that they were able to engage the suspect and neutralize the suspect before he became a threat to other people in the building. I don't understand the concept of doing this. I don't know why anybody would do this. The FBI says the guy was not on the radar, and they are scouring his social media and things like that, trying to see exactly what was going on. Maybe he left some information on why he did this. So I'm glad everybody got to go home safe yesterday from that building. I'm sorry that this had to happen, but it seems to be a commonplace in the United States these days. But at least here we were able to prevent tragedy. They weren't able to prevent that in Virginia just a few weeks ago at that municipal building. But thank God they were able to do it here. But it shows you what we need to do to protect other soft targets. We need armed security outside the door or just inside that doesn't allow for people like this to get into the buildings. You have to neutralize the threat before it is a threat. Really, before they get in the school, before the schools can be attacked, before those children are at risk. You need to be able to protect those kids and those churches before the people get in the building. And this is definitely a good, a good show of what you need to do to protect targets that people might want to shoot up. But like I said, they don't know much about the guy. All they know is that in 2012 he withdrew himself from Dallas Independent School District. In 2017, he was discharged from the military. That's all they know. They're really not sure why he did it. And I'm sure in the next few days we'll figure out maybe something of why he did this. There were also suspicious packages in his car, which made his car get detonated by the bomb squad to make sure that everybody was safe in the area. So thank you to those federal agents that were there, that put their lives on the line, and everyone else involved to saving the people in that building and preventing a tragic event from taking place. I thank you and I commend you for your service. Thank you for saving those people's lives. But I don't understand why this happens. I don't understand why people do this. I don't understand why people think it's okay to do this. I will not give you his name because I do not believe people like this deserve to have their name plastered everywhere. And I believe if we were to stop putting their names everywhere, then maybe, just maybe, people would stop wanting to do these shootings. But anyhow, this has been the Big Ranch Show. I've been your host, Jacob Keck. I'll see you down the road.